and welcome back to the Aussie 68 channel. My name is James. I hope you're having a great day, and thank you for coming by and checking out our channel today. Currently, we're flying an aircraft that you can hear in the background, which is the P3D 737, and we're about to conduct an arrival into Wellington, where last week you saw our departure in the same weather. The weather is poor, visibility is low, and it's raining. We'll be conducting an ILS approach into runway 34 with light traces of ice, gusting winds, inclement rain with high precipitation, same thing, and also with the potential of icing. Please remember that these videos are recorded for entertainment purposes and are not for educational requirements. In saying that as well, this video is recorded live, as you can tell just before. And remember to also hit the subscribe button below with the bell icon so that you can get a notification here every time that we go live with a new video. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, where we stream every other second day. Every other second day? That makes sense. Every second day. Or it's in place for a YouTube video. There's also a Discord community and social media that you can join. For now, we're going to jump straight into the aircraft. As you can hear, it's holding off the coast of Wellington and holding off the coast of New Zealand. And we're going to prepare the FMC ready for arrival. Let's jump in. Well, here it is. We're going around in circles. We're about to head due east, back out 090 on the heading. We have nothing programmed, as you can tell. There's Wellington just there. We're just in a hold. At the moment, we're holding at 10,000 feet. Landing gear is off, the flaps are up, the brakes are off. Everything else is looking fine. We're all programmed. The landing lights are still on due to that, and we can actually get rid of the anti-ice at the moment. That was from our departure. I try and record these films back to back just so that it allows me to get some content out more regularly, and I'm not having to get as much time spent in the sim, and I can actually enjoy the sim as well as part of making content. So, first off, we need to have a look at our arrival. Our arrival is the Atson. It's the Atson 3 Alpha arrival. So, we'll have a look at Sim Toolkit Pro. Here's our arrival. It's the Atson 3 Alpha arrival for runway 34. Hectopascals, inches on request. Transition level flight level 150. We're already in the transition level, so that's fine. Navigation requirements are nav1. GNSS is required. All arrivals descend to ATC cleared level via published profile. If unable, RNAV expect radar vectors or alternative routing. So we're on the Atson 3 Alpha, runway 34. As mentioned, we're currently holding at Atson, which is off here off the southeast of New Zealand. As you can see, we're going to go from Atson to Donny at or above 10,000. We're already at 10,000, nice and low. We're going to head to Rongo, max 220, for below 7,000 but higher than 3,000. Tracking to Umaga, max 190 knots at 2,000. Pretty much straightforward. We have some MSA's requirements, as you can tell here. 5,400 feet is our MSA for the arrival. We have a cat in the cockpit. As always, Amal is with us. He is sucking up for attention. Thanks for love. Right, while I'm trying to give a safety brief. Now look at this ILS approach. Boy, does it look like it is very, very confusing. But we'll try and make it easy for you. So, because we're flying offline, and I'm hoping that the cat doesn't hit the keyboard. Off she goes. We have an ILS frequency 109.9. While approach course 341. Glide slope is 2,000 feet, checked at 6.1 DME. Airport elevation is 41 feet. And the runway touchdown zone is 24 feet. Before I look at the missed approach, we'll look at the approach. So from Umaga, we're going to go to Bhutan. Bhutan's at 8 DME, max 170 knots. 6 DME. The cat decided to step on the keyboard just now. 6.1, tracking to 5 miles. Don't even think about jumping over the computer screen, cat. This is a really inappropriate time to be trying to find a spot to crawl under. You want a cat? There you go. I hope that makes its way on the flight sim best. Right, down we go. 2 to 1.5 dmi. This is why you don't have cats in the cockpit. We also have the Wellington VOR 112.3. Just check that she hasn't actually done anything. No, she hasn't. It's okay. Right, ILS 1099. So as you can see, a little bit easier. Umaga to Bhutan at 2000, down to 6.1 DME, on a 3-degree glide slope, 5 DME, which tracking not below 1,000 feet, so that's the MSA there. And we're tracking down. Missed approach altitude 300 feet, 2,000 meters visibility. 2,000 meters. Need to be careful of that. Now the visibility is reported on 2,000 meters, so we're going to be right at our limit to get onto that ILS. Going to be testing. We'll see how we go. Missed approach, track 341 to 750 feet. Turn right, track direct November Lima MDB, which is on a radial 342, 6.5 DME Wellington, which is Newlands. At or above 2000, turn left, track 335 to Whitby, radial 338, 12.9 DME from Wellington. Mandatory 3000, expect radar control. Max 185 knots, when Wellington control not available, mandatory 3,500 feet applies at Whitby. Transition level flow 150, transition altitude 13,000 feet. Use Wellington altimeter setting, glide slope unavailable when established on the localizer. Sorry, glide slope usable only when established on the localizer. Back course unusable. There you notes. Hope that's informative for you guys. Let's go and jump into the aircraft now, and I'm going to quickly drag this across over here. Very good streamer I am. Only in the live environment. So let's have a look. We're going to have an arrival. ILS 34. So we picked the runway first because it allows us just to see the only applicable stars for that runway. Atsu 3 Alpha, and as mentioned, our transition for the arrival is Umaga. We're going to execute that. We're going to go legs. As you can see, we're currently in the hole. So the only thing that's active is the hole. Everything else is a route discontinuity. Right? That's why here there is no line between these two, because there is a discontinuity. Okay? Very quiet after Rongo, we'll acknowledge that. Now, first things first, we're going to check out a few things. I'm going to bring up the chart separately again. So we have 10,000 feet at Donny, 10,000 feet or above. It's got 180 knots. That's probably just because we're currently holding at 180 knots. Rongo, 220 knots. Above 3,000, below 7,000. So remember, above 3, below 7, max 220 knots. Umaga at or above 2. Bhutan at or above 2. Foxtrot India 34, 2,000. Runway is 91. Let's set up our approach ref. Now, we have got some bad weather. We have to be mindful of that, and the wind is up to 36 knots. And it's gusting between 24 to 36, as you saw in the previous stream. So we're going to set flaps 30. Gives us a little bit more breathing room. It's going to give us a VREF speed wind correction of 5 knots, which gives us 139. Okay? So we got an ILS frequency 1099, which goes down here. 1099. 1099 goes in there, active. Now, part of the ILS approach plate as well, we also had an ILS, we had an NDB, sorry, a VOR frequency for Wellington. The Wellington VOR frequency was 112.8, decimal 3, sorry. Goes in there. So that's all set, ready to go. 112.3 and 1099. Now we set the ILS course at 341. Now remember as well, our missed approach here. So track 341, 750 feet, turn right, track direct, November Lima NDB. So the Newlands NDB is 358. Alright, 358. So what we're going to do, we're going to 358 here. 3, 5. And we're going to change that. Now, why would I put that NDB here? Anyone let me know in the comments below. That goes there. Now also, points to consider is that in our approach chart, it says here track 341 to 750, turn right direct to Newlands NDB, which is on the 342 Wellington radial. So we set 342 on the course setting, just here, and we're ready to go. Okay. Very good. Just quickly check here. What I want to do is I want to have Wellington, Whiskey Lima, Golf. Sorry, Whiskey November. What am I doing? Let's go yeah. Yeah, so it's Whiskey November. Goes in there. Set. And what I want is I want 25 DME. And what I also want, actually, before I do that, come on. We go an autosave. Always good to have an autosave. FSUI PC saves lives, people. And saves marriages. So I want 338 at 25. Now, why would I put 338 at 25 here? It's another radial. Have a look at the chart. Have a look there. Why would I put 338? Let me know. That's fine. Back up to there, go back to there, we're okay. So, I think we're about ready. We've done our approach briefing, we know our minimums. Let's quickly take time to have a look at so we're configured, we've got plenty of time, plenty of fuel. Everything looks fine up there. Everything looks fine here. All our lights are still on. All the lights are okay there. Landing altitude is fine. If anything, you might want to do 50 feet. Everything looks okay there. When we hit the cloud, we're going to need anti-icing on. Because it's negative, it's plus 9 degrees, but it is heavy precipitation. Have a quick look at the pedestal again. We're all happy with that. Everything looks fine. Now it'd be cool if, you know, this would be able to work a little bit better. Flying the approach. However, unfortunately with Chase Plane I haven't got it set up properly. If you know how to fix it, let me know in the chat. That'd be great. What we're going to do, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to set Atsun here. I'm going to execute that. Go quiet after Rongo. I'm going to go hold. I go exit the hold, and the aircraft's going to turn right now. We're going to head for Rongo. Okay. Speed. Well, we go a speed intervention, I would say, because that speed's a little bit low for us. speed intervention. Get 240 knots. Now again, auto brakes, probably want auto brakes 2 because of the wet weather. If you remember, you saw it in the last video, which you can click up there. It'll be there later on. You can see what the weather was like in a previous video. Make sure you give it a like. If you like, send comments. I like comments. So you can see 25 nautical mile range ring. That's our MSA. Minding ourselves that the MSA there is 5,400 feet on the approach. Hit the recall button. Nothing is bad there. We're all okay. Have a look at our nice aircraft. Thanks for nice screenshots. Never know, this might end up being the channel, the video clipper thing, that thing. Or that. About to head into the soup again. What we'll do, we'll get our descent down to 3,000. Actually, yeah. The MSA at the moment is 5,100 feet. Set 5,100 feet for the MSA. Obviously, we're not going to descend until we get past waypoint Donny. Looking all fine. We've done our approach briefing. We're all happy with that. We know about the weather. We know our threats. We know our terrain. We know the precautions that we have to take. So that's done its thing. Let's turn that off now. I rebuilt the P3D airports list while I was in between recordings. Always multitasking, always. So we stream every second day on Twitch, and if it's not a streaming day, you'll find that it's a YouTube video like this one that you're going to see in the streaming schedule. There's a YouTube video that comes out once a week, and there's 3 streams a week on Twitch. Generally start Twitch streaming at about 0730 Zulu. After I finish my night shifts, I start streaming at 11:30 Zulu, so that gives me a little bit of time to sleep. We do like flying into events. We do like group flights. We have a great community. You can jump into Discord, and that's down below. And you can check out all the other relevant information in the stream notes, including where I got this livery from. Very nice looking aircraft. This is the P3D 737 NGXU. And we're going to begin our descent now, as you can see. Bit intervention, put it back in. Thrust retard coming back, as you can see, the FMA notification. Just trying to capture the VNAV speed. The throttle is now armed to move forward if required. The aircraft's trying to capture VNAV speed. So what it will do by doing that, it's going to push the nose over. Have the approach chart ready to go on my screen, just off to my right hand side. Slowly rolling back. I need a little bit of drag, I think. Speed brake is out. So what the speed brake's going to do, It allows the aircraft to pitch the nose over a little bit more to get that increased descent rate by maintaining the speed. They still maintain that lift coefficient in regards to not stalling the aircraft by maintaining speed, but also allowing the aircraft to drop down a little bit faster. As you can see at the moment, descent rate is descent path unachievable. Let's try and make this work a little bit better, shall we? Make a marker at 2000. I will make it achievable. Okay, as you can see, it's slowly coming back. The speeds are right. About 13 DME off the aerodrome. Worst comes to worst, we can always enter a hold at Umaga. So we're about 13,000 feet per minute. Meet that TMA step. So don't be afraid to throw the aircraft into a bit of manual. It's not going to bite you. The aircraft is there to do what it needs to do. If the FMC doesn't do what you expect it to do, you can take it out of the FMC mode. Right? As you can see, our speed's slowly catching up a little bit. Can't go back anymore on this on the speed brake, so we'll bring that back up. 2,200 feet per minute. So we're doing okay. We're below our requirement, which is good. As you can see, our altitude, because we've taken manual intervention, right? We know what our speeds are. We can speak to ATC and request a little bit faster. I know that I don't need, I've got this space here to drop altitude as well. That's not a big problem for me right now. As you can see, we're slowly, well not slowly, we're catching up. Now, I need to make that down to 2,000. Now, it all happens very quickly, so you have to sort of stick with me on this one. As you can see, it's slowly coming back up. We've got about 2,000 feet to go. We're 10 DME off the aerodrome. Sort of on the 10 DME arc. Looking fine. I'm not too fussed because we've got about 5 nautical miles there and about 5 nautical miles there. Speed's starting to pick up a little bit. That's okay. Worst comes to worst, we can throw the landing gear out as well. Now, that speed's creeping up a little bit. We got 1,800 feet a minute. Manage that speed a little bit. And to be honest, we might actually have to go around here. I might have actually butchered a little bit. We are below the, sorry, on top of the glide slope. Probably go Vorlock at the moment. That will help us a little bit. That glide slope's finally starting to come up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit close, so I might go gear down. Help us out a little bit more. Got 1,000 feet to run. As you can see, the glide slope's now moving. Now this is no way, as I mentioned, no way educational. Don't follow me through on this. We are the Vorlock. Let's go glide slope if we can. We'll arm that. Right.
2,500.
We have some speed limits. Let's have a look. Flaps 5, we can go to 250. 1, 2, 3. Flaps 5, altitude required. Now, are we within limits of the glide slope? Are we stable? Probably not. Let's go manual. Going to try and chase it a little bit. Probably not the best idea. You know what? It wouldn't hurt to go around. As you see, there's the turbulence now. Here comes the glide slope. We are nowhere near configured. This is probably not what you want to be setting up to do. No, and I'm actually not actually happy with it at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to go around. Which is no harm. So it's 2,000 feet. We go command. We go LNAV. LNAV. No. I don't. LNAV is armed. VNAV profile. At 2,000 feet, we're holding. Probably not the best idea. Now, this is not a bad thing though. We can conduct the missed approach. So, speed intervention. 180 knots. Gear up. As you can see, not the best weather. There's the airport, just below us. Break this arm. Brake's still out. Again, a high workload at this point in time. Just as mentioned, full on. We're at 10 degrees. I'm going to go engine anti-ice. Go flaps up speed. Speed check flaps up. So what we're now going to do, we're going to go to the hold at Whitby and try another type of approach. Clearly we sort of shot ourselves in the foot, probably a little bit too high. Unable to do what we had to, and we probably should have held at Umaga as per the plate if we weren't ready. So lessons learned, and even a YouTuber can get it wrong, even a Twitch streamer can get it wrong, even a pilot can get it wrong. You go and do it again. So, where are we at? So, let's have a look. Missed approach. Track 341, so we're on LNAV at the moment, we're flying the LNAV profile. 750 turn right, track direct, Newlands NDB, which we're tracking for, which is indicating on our ND. At or above 2000, then left turn, track to Whitby, mandatory 3,000 feet, and that's where we're going. So let's climb to 3,000 feet. We're getting bashed around at the moment. Go flight level change. We're on climb to Whitby. Now we're going to have to look at another arrival. Which probably will just come back on the ILS and we'll join the DME arc, I think. It's going to be our best option. The aircraft stable, landing gears up and we can put it back to off. As you can see, we're on our way to Whitby. Interesting, it doesn't have the Whitby hold. Alright, aircraft. Gonna be a pain in the ass? You're gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright. What are the holds? The holds are down 159. And they are right turns, 1 legs. Okay. There we have it. We've done a missed approach because the pilot got it wrong. Never be bad to admit that you're wrong. Now, we've planned the hold, as you can see, 159 inbound legs, which is indicated here. So that arrow indicates 1.159 heading. Now, it's got an interesting point here, because that's 18 DME. I wouldn't know how to do that. 18. Oh no, that's okay. VNav. Let's prepare our arrival. So we're now at Whitby. We're going to do an arrival, another arrival, Wellington arrival, ILS 34, and it's going to be 2840. Cruise altitude change to 4,000. Execute. And then it's all come up alive there. So, if I'm happy and you're happy, let's go direct there. We don't need the hold, we are prepared. We're at 4,000 feet. And I'm going to change Umaga again to be 1,000 feet. Alright, climb, what do we got? 4,000 feet. I think I'm just going to climb up now. See the aircraft climb. We've got altitude intervention 4,000. The MSA is 4,000. So let's have a quick rebrief. We're going Delta 284 Oscar. That's the outbound radial from Wellington. We have an MSA now 4,800 feet. Aircraft should be climbing. It's not. So let's go level change. We're going to track the 15 DME arc. We're going to go 240 around to 15 DME. Sorry, to Delta 169 Oscar. So inbound for Umaga. Umaga at 2,000 feet. The ILS. Righto. An auto save. Fuel light coming on. Wait for the secondary pump to come out. Actually, we can go both. That's fine. Which is continuous. Temperature's increasing, which is good. We're not really at threat of icing at the moment. VNav. FMC speed, VNav path. You can see there's our arc that we're going to come around. Yeah, look, it does happen. You do get it wrong at times. And at the end of the day, if you got enough fuel, we got 7.9 tonne of fuel. We got plenty of holding fuel. We have a minimum of 2.4 for 1 hour. That's our fixed reserve. Final fixed reserve. If required, we would go somewhere else. Don't be afraid to go around. Don't commit yourself. You know, you should always be, if you're not sure on your fuel planning, always add more fuel. It's no harm in adding an extra 30 minutes of fuel if required. It's purely up to you. And as I said, and I remind everyone, this is purely entertainment purposes, but, you know, those pilots that have come unstuck in the past are because they haven't taken extra fuel. So, we're down in the thick of it. As you can see, we can't see anything. I don't know what it is. I've streamed twice now. Well, I've put videos on YouTube twice for arrivals, including this one. And both of them have failed miserably. So, let's see how we go. Right, down to 4,000. Let's reset down to 2,000. Let the FMC do its thing. Coming around now. As you can see, there we are. The purple diamond, purple arrow, magenta arrow, moving around the arc. Everything else remains the same. We're at 15 DME Wellington. Descent path unachievable. Reset our speeds, 133. Which gives us a VREF 138. What? 43 nautical miles? That looks like a gross navigational error. Maybe not. Righto. So it's still identified on the ILS. The ILS is indicating IMP 340. Should be 341. IMP 341, 14.4 DME. Check our altimeter, VREF 30. And you know what? I didn't even do this. Naughty boy. 300 feet. Again, high workload. Not looking at checklists. This is what goes wrong. Brake is armed. Unarmed at the moment. Not required. Still raining here in Wellington. Fine up there. Just a reminder, this is filmed live and there is no editing to it, so you're getting the raw edition. No cuts, nothing to make it all glitz and glamour at this point in time. I kind of like it like that. It shows you who I am. I'm not perfect. But, you know, if there's some kind of content that you want to see, let me know in the box below and I will read all your comments. That's what I do. And I'll even reply to them. Promise. Remember, I'm not a professional pilot either, purely for entertainment purposes. We're descending now. So we have an MSA here at 3,000 feet. We still have 7.7 tonne of fuel. Now, mind you, generally company policy is conduct 2 approaches and then go somewhere else. This is our second approach. We have got plenty of fuel from a simulator point of view, so we can continue. Be mindful that this is only a category 1 ILS as well. We do not have an auto land function. Hopefully after this video is complete and uploaded and you've watched it, I should have my brand new microphone as well. Finally come all the way from Australia. Looking forward to that. How are we looking here? Legs, Umaga. What's that? So Umaga is 10 DME. That's gonna be, let's call that 210. Aircraft's a little bit lower than we think, but that's okay. Switches in continuous. Distance to run 26 nautical miles. You cannot see anything. Welcome to Wellington. Hopefully, if we get on the ground, you'll see some nice scenery from REPAINT. It's almost like snow. Look at that. Cannot wait for P3D B5 and dynamic clouds and all that good stuff. What we'll do, we'll arm the approach. So by arming the approach, we now have VOR lock and the glide slope, GS. The weather around, we're not getting anything on the weather radar, which is not stunning. Track 3 341. Got that ready to go again. 341 set for our missed approach. Retard on the thrust. Gonna come back. Might need drag in a minute. It is speed starting to come back. Drag required. Need to be careful in our current weather scenario. Throttle armed. It's checked. Down to 2000, waiting for the ILS to kick in. We can start seeing the glide slope coming down. A little bit high on the profile. Aircraft's going to go chasing it by the looks of it. Not by much. Flaps 5. Leaves. Flaps 5 is set and selected. Speed is checked. The brake is still there if required. Looking better than the last approach. Oh, hey, the ferry man. Song stuck in my head. Alright, so Margo, we're looking good. A lot better on the approach. We break away. 10 miles, we go gear down. Probably should wait to establish on the ILS, but just want to be careful with our speed here. 3 greens on the gear. Now, interesting, if you were ever so inclined, just here, you actually have the gravity gear extensions of the P&DG, and they do work. Flaps 15, please. Speed intervention. Be careful here, as you can see, turbulence. Making life a little bit easy, interesting. Holding at 2000 to join the ILS. Booten. We are established on the localizer. For 8 DME. Indicating twice. Looking good. Need to see that. Glide slope's coming down. Go to our VREF speed, 138. See that wind gusting? Two rakers arm, gears down, 3 green, flaps to come. Glide slope. Flaps full. Oopsie, sorry, flaps 30. Flaps 30 selected. Cody. We are literally flying in the thick stuff. Gonna let the aircraft basically do all the work. Normally I would take over from now, but I'm gonna let the aircraft do the work. Is that a runway? That is a runway. Runway in sight, we're at 4.9 dB. The aircraft do its stuff. We might go 140 knots. Gives a little bit of extra buffer, so that's +7. Watching that speed as well on the wind. The runway is in sight. High intensity approach lighting. Runway lighting is armed and active. Not armed, it's on. Can't see the runway. Pretty impressive. Smash Smashed around 1,000 feet. Jeez. I think it's, screen wiper on. 800 feet. What's the minimums? The minimums is 300 feet. Yeah, it's 300 to go. I've got control. My control.
Approaching minimums.
I have the throttle, I have the controls, I have the plane. Landing.
Minimums.
Yeah, stable. Winch is it? Okay, coming from the left. Correcting. Boat there, don't know why you'd want to be out on the water today. Oh, red. A little bit low. Very low, I say.
50. 30. 20. 10.
That was not a nice landing by any means. Versus green. No, it's manual braking. Versus out. 20 knots. That wasn't the nicest of landings, but she's still not too bad. In about the 300 range. A little bit of a Ryanair smash, but we're okay. Interesting that weather radar didn't come up. Alrighty, let's clean her up a little bit. Speed brakes away. Flaps coming up. Go, where are we? Let's wander off. Landing lights coming off. Hope you can go on. Goes there. The APU crack in. Hey, that's fine. There. Flaps nearly up all the way. Flight directors can come off. Set this up for the next crew. Okay, stand 29 where we started not long before. Down the corner. Off the beaten track. See, our ground handler is waiting for us at the point there. So, will the radar can come off? Don't want it to radiate anymore. Rain off for you. I hope you've enjoyed the YouTube video. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I hope you enjoy the content that comes out from Aussie 68. My name's James. Here we go, taxiing in to stand 29. I butchered that like I butchered the first approach. A little bit twitchy, the old P3D. Yeah, nose and guidance system. A little bit short. Come on. Oh, dude. Park brake is set. APU is on. Going down. Over 10% on the N1. Picking off. Picking off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wellington, where the local time is something in the morning. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed it. For now, take care. So long. I hope you had a great time.